vi se, da tror jeg ganske snart at vi er live. Det er helt sikkert live akkurat nå, vil jeg tippe. Men bare gi meg et lite minutt, mine damer og herrer, så skal vi se. Yes. 2 sek, så er jeg klar. Dette skulle jeg ha gjort før jeg begynte, men jeg bare gir meg et kjapt lite minutt, så er jeg klar. Yes. Her synges det i nabolaget i alle fall, så det er jo kjekt. Skal vi se. Da vet du. Da var det jeg skulle inn på. Alright, da ønsker jeg hjertelig velkommen til livestream av Draugen med Crossover Gaming. God 17. mai til alle sammen som måtte se på live eller som følger med etter hvert senere. Akkurat nå så tror jeg jeg er alene i voice-chatten, men det kommer seg nok etter hvert. Kaffen er klar i Ivi-koppen, og i god 17. mai-tradisjon så må vi jo ha is med blåbær og jordbær og det hele. Og da kan vi si at det er Norge i rett og blått tjo hei! So, without further ado, så går vi i gang. Normalt så ville jeg jo ha startet opp spillet før streamen begynte, men her er det viktig å få med seg åpningssangen også.
Den dag kjem aldri at jeg det glemmer, foran meg søver jeg om deg drømmer, om natt og dag er du like nær, men best jeg ser deg når mørkt det er, men best jeg ser deg når mørkt det er.
Få med dere teksten på Den dag kommer aldri. Dere kan jo slå den opp på nettet, for det er litt frampek i teksten der. Musikken ellers er beskrevet av Simon Poole. Den kan anbefales. Jeg har den ofte på i bakgrunnen når jeg jobber. Innstillingene er satt på norsk. Det tror jeg ikke det var da jeg kjøpte spillet back in the day. Men jeg lar det stå. Så la oss ta turen til Gråvik. Og se hvordan det går. Draugen kom jo ut i fjor, laget av Red Thread Games, som er det nye studioet til Ragnar Tørnqvist, som jo var blant en av de sentrale aktørene i Funcom back in the day. Og de som stod bak det lengste reisen og drømmefall. Og spillet er ved cirka 1 år gammelt nå, for jeg tror det kom i mai i fjor. So let's dive in.
The water's cold.
It's a fjord. You're not going swimming.
Boo. You're such a wet blanket, teddy bear.
You know I don't like it when you call me...
Edward Charles Harden, Esquire.
Will you promise to behave on land?
Don't I always?
Lissy, promise.
Oh, piffle and phonus balonus, Teddy. You ought to know better than to ask. Yes, I'll behave. I'll be a proper young lady. I shan't run or climb things or laugh too loud or call anyone old bean. Aside from you. So, do you think we'll find your Betty in, What did you call this village? Gravewick?
Grovik. Yes, I do.
Why here?
Grovik.
What's so special about Greywoke?
She never said, but knowing my sister, something drew her here.
But how can you know?
I just do. In her letter, she wrote
But
about...
that's months ago. She could have gone anywhere.
Without writing, or telegraphing her editor in New York, she wouldn't do that. Betty's...
Oh, the cat's pajamas, the bee's knees, little Miss Perfect.
Alice, you're talking about my sister.
Fine. I'm sorry. Elizabeth Sidarb. We all love her dearly. And Teddy Bear. Edward. We will find her. Betty's fine. Why, we'll see her as soon as we get to shore. She'll shower you with kisses and berate you for coming all this way from Hanover, Massachusetts to the middle of absolutely nowhere Scandinavia way just to chase her
Norway.
down.
Nowhere Scandinavia.
Everything will be Jake, old fruit. Is that it? Is that Groovewoke? It looks so peaceful and beautiful and so desolate, like a place built for ghosts.
Finally. I don't think I could do this for much longer.
Det er fint, da.
Can't you row any faster? I'm getting frightfully bored.
Ja da, for det
How
overhodet
about
ikke
you
arbeid.
take over, Alice?
You slay me, Teddy, old bean. Was that thunder?
Still distant. The boat will be in safe harbor.
Jeg trodde faktisk at det tordna ute.
So you say. But I say put your back into it, because we're sitting ducks out here. Quack, quack.
Mwah.
It's so quiet. Where is everyone?
Probably working. I know it's a foreign concept to you, but that's something normal people do.
Hardy har har.
The Fretland farm's up the hill somewhere.
Up where?
I believe it's that farmhouse, all the way at the top.
Hot dog! Let's ankle!
Hold on. Let me read the letter from Mrs. Fretland first.
I'll meet
and-
you up there, old sport. I want to explore.
Wait. The ground's muddy. It's easy to slip and fall. Walk slowly and watch out
It's
for...
only a wet blanket. A little mud never hurt anyone.
Fine. Just stay close.
As long as you keep up with me.
Dear Mr. Harden, we would like to extend an invitation to visit our home. Troubled to hear of your sister's disappearance. No news to share. You'll find our farm on top of the hill. I hope I got that right. Look forward to seeing you here in October. Yours faithfully, Anna Fretland.
Skrev i
Well.
august 23.
I'm here. Where are you? Did you make it to Grovik, Betty? And why did you pick this forlorn hole under the mountains?
Hey, that's my country you're talking about.
Also sprach Zarathustra.
Ba-ba-da-da. Nei, det var feil. Ba-ba-ba-ba.
On my way. Righto. Step to it, teddy bear.
En litt gøyal detalj her er jo denne lille tobakksreklamen der. Den er jo faktisk autentisk fra den tida. Så det er litt gøy. Så 2 sekunder, mine damer og herrer, så skal jeg bare først så skal jeg bare undersøke noe her. Denne skal jeg bare avslutte, og så skal jeg bare dobbeltsjekke at yes. Oi, det var ikke meningen. Nu fortsätter vi.
Where are you?
I'm waiting for you at the farm.
Jau, jau. Jeg er akademiker, ikke fjellklatrer.
Just taking a break.
Hurry up! Storm's getting closer.
I'm a doctor, not a mountain climber. Kirk. uttaler dette på engelsk? Draugen? Draugen. Fin plass, som sagt. De har klart å naile litt den der fjordfølelsen. Det er jo det som er det beste med spillet, kanskje. Det var ikke mitt favorittspill, dette her, i fjor. Det var ikke i nærheten, faktisk. Men jeg tenkte likevel det var gøy med et gjensyn på nasjonaldagen i år. Så får jeg håpe at dere opplever det sånn.
Lissy?
Ja, så Audun Tørnquist med som lead programmer. Visste jeg ikke. Han var jo også en av hovedmennene bak den lengste reisen. Der ser dere flagget. Det er på halvstang. Something is going on. Håper dere også får spist litt is i dag, folkens, der dere er. Men husk, ikke ta på ketchupflasker og sånt hvis dere skal spise pølse ute. Det er kilde til smitte. Wash your hands. Jeg skulle gjerne ha tatt en langhelg på en sånn plass dette her, altså. Bare tatt med meg bøker og Switch og kost meg. Det hadde vært fantastisk.
Seriously?
You're not the one carrying a suitcase.
Yes, because the suitcase is so heavy. Sånn bare er akademiker og trener for lite. Men sånn er det.
What took you so long?
I'm not 17.
Nor are you 70. Put some spring into your step, old sport.
Did you see the flag? It's at half-mast. Someone died.
So this is it, huh? Nice digs. But seriously, where is everyone? This is starting...
Up in the mountains, maybe.
Herding goats? Are they goat herders? I took them more for fisher folk.
The rain's picking up. We should get indoors.
You first, old bean.
Gamle Bardun. Det var en fantastisk uttrykk.
Hello? Anyone there? Mr. Fretland? Mrs. Fretland? This is Edward Charles Harden, the American. We've exchanged letters.
Do they fret?
Maybe they went on holiday and left the door
Fretland?
open. Give it a shake and a rattle.
I can't just barge into their home.
It's not a crime if you're invited.
I'm coming in. This is Mr. Harden. Hello? Is anyone home?
This house is as empty as a bird's nest in December. Hey, you want to check out the...
This is the kitchen. Hello? Anyone there?
Det var litt mørkt og dust. Sikkert.
As I was saying... Hey, you want to check out the upstairs?
I'm a guest. Why would I start poking around every corner of the house?
Why
I don't
not?
know. Maybe they're playing hide and go seek.
Yes, I would do so
I
too.
didn't want to go upstairs anyway. It's creepy.
There must be a sitting room on this floor.
Oh, this is nice. Charmingly rustic. The Boston Beaumont would pay a pretty penny for this setup. I thought foreigners lived differently. This is almost like an American home.
People are people wherever you go.
Thanks, Proust.
Se.
Look! Family pictures.
Kunne jeg trykke på det.
They must be the, what did you call them?
The Fretlands.
Right. Anna and John?
Johann.
This is honestly not what I'd pictured. They're very presentable. Not at all like turnip farmers.
They're not turnip farmers. That must be Johann Fretland, master of the house.
What makes you think he's the master of anything? It's 1923, Teddy, old boy. Women can vote.
Og Norge var tidlig ute.
Old Johann's a bit wooden, isn't he?
Norge var
Like someone put a
et av de
stick up his,
et av de første
up
landene
his
i
rear
verden.
end. I say, loosen up, Johann.
Der stemmer det for
I'm sure
kvinner
you
også.
two stiffs will get along famously. Johann went and found himself a delectable bride.
Alice, please.
What can I say? She's a minx.
Anna Fretland is a respectable woman. Her letter was courteous and professional.
Didn't you say she was a city girl? It must have been awfully hard to adjust to life in the sticks. I can relate.
Hanover isn't the sticks.
Says you. I'm guessing their daughter is the master of this house. She's cute as a button. I can't wait to meet her. She's guaranteed to be more fun than you.
Betty might be with the Fretlands, wherever they are.
Wouldn't Anna Fretland have written you?
She might have. We left Hanover a month ago.
Wait, is that... Are they... Who's...
Twins.
They're all twins.
Oi,
All of them.
twins and twins.
That's Johann and Anna Fretland.
There are two of each, Edward. Two of each.
Frederick and Margaret. Twins marrying twins.
My mind's reeling. This is just too adorable.
May 26th, 1899. We'll be celebrating their silver anniversary next year. The flag outside was flying at half-mast.
What does that mean?
Someone died. The books are all in English.
Isn't that a bit odd?
Mrs. Fretland is Scottish, though she grew up in Ålesund.
Have you been
Also-
secretly communicating with Johann's winsome wife, Edward, dearest?
Certainly not. She was the one who wrote me, because Mr. Fretland's English
I was
isn't as...
only joking. Lighten up, old sport. Don't be such a pill.
Don't be such a pill.
Well, those boys look proud as peacocks. What does it say there? Groovy?
Gruben. The mine.
Maybe that's where everyone is. Digging for precious jewels in the Stygian abyss.
From what I learned of this place during the brief stay in Ålesund, the iron mine shut down 20 years ago.
Nei, det var ikke meningen. Skal vi se. Nå kommer til bunns i
The mine was
mysteriet.
only in operation until 1902. They must have lost a fortune. An iron mine wouldn't pay itself off in 5 years.
Can we go spelunking? Perhaps we'll find trolls in the
Spelunk.
abyss, and we can steal their ill-gotten gold.
There was a cave-in. It'll be unsafe.
Boo.
Frederick and Johann Fretland, founders of the Fretland Brothers Mining Company.
They're the spitting image of each other.
Twin brothers and business partners.
And they married twin sisters. Adorable. Who's the boy? He looks related to the other two.
Who indeed?
Frederick and Johann Fretland, founders of the Fretland Brothers Mining Company.
They're the spitting image of each other.
Twin brothers and business partners.
And they married twin sisters. Adorable. Who's the boy? He looks related to the other two.
Se, får lese den er fra mai. Nei, det var ikke meningen. La meg se. Må ta det litt mer med ro her.
Johann Fretland exits Fretland Brothers Mining Company.
So the brothers parted ways?
Johann sold his share to focus on farming.
That must have put a damper on their relationship.
Det var ikke så lett alltid å velge hvilken det var jeg skulle.
Tragic accident befalls
Son.
the Fretland Brothers Mining Company.
What happened?
The mine collapsed, killing 3 workers, including Arne Fretland, Frederick and Johann's younger brother.
That's awful. How old was he?
19.
He might be the boy in the photograph.
Operations were suspended after the accident. Foreign investors out of Frederick Fretland's mining company. Dire financial consequences for Fretland, who must have had a difficult time after his brother Johann Fretland pulled out earlier this year.
Johann was smart to exit when he did.
The timing is curious, like he knew something was about to go awry.
Curiouser and curiouser. Mirror, mirror on the wall, why do you not work? Oh, it works. Hello.
Oof, that's a grim sight, old bean.
I'm exhausted and soaked to the bone.
Let's get you to bed.
We'll wait for the Fretlands. It's only courteous.
Hva skjuler seg her?
Betty,
Have you gone screwy again, Teddy? That's not Betty.
her
That's...
scarf. I'd know it anywhere.
It doesn't look like anything
Dum
to me.
dum da.
It
She
just
bought it in
looks like...
Bloomingdale's the Christmas before last. When she came home that year, she showed it off, dancing around the sitting room until I got dizzy watching her.
I think you're misremembering. She couldn't make it home that year. Again.
No, you're wrong. I'm sure she was there. Look, it is her scarf. It even smells like her perfume. Shalimar.
But what if that's not...
She's here. I'm finally going to find her.
That's great, Edward, really. I wouldn't want you to get your hopes up. I mean, where's everyone gone to? Something's not right, I'm telling you. Teddy? Edward, what's wrong?
Lightheaded, that's all.
You're having another spell. You know what happens when you exert yourself.
What happens then?
Sit down. That's an order from...
I just need to catch my breath. Just for a moment.
I want you to lie down. Lie down and close your eyes. It's been a strenuous day. What with the rowing and the dragging of the suitcase up the hill.
Well, what if the Fretland...
I'll keep an eye out. I promise. If they come home, I'll wake you. Now, lie down, close your eyes, breathe deeply.
I'm just going to...
Shh.
God natt. Flagg på halvstang, tom bygd og et mysterium.
Elizabeth? Is that you? Betty? Lissy? Lissy, are you here? Lissy? Lissy? Hello? Hey, who's there?
Noen var ute.
Elizabeth? Wait! Lissy, there's someone outside. It might be Betty. Are you here, Lissy? Who's out there? Hello? Betty? Lissy?
Oi, der var det et eller annet. Hva er det? En pytt.
I'm not alone.
Fottrinn.
Betty? I can hear you! Alice! Alice, where are you? Who goes there? Wait!
Dum, bum, ba.
Are you out there, Betty?
Oi.
Someone there? Can you hear me?
det geitebukken?
Hello?
Ja, det var faktisk en geitebukk.
Betty, is that you? Are you there, Betty?
Elva.
Shit.
Skit au.
Elizabeth, are you there? Where are you?
Å nei, nede ved havna igjen. Tegne.
The boat, Edward! Where's our boat?
Lizzie. What about the boat?
It's gone.
The boat... What? How?
Maybe you didn't secure it properly.
I pulled it up. I don't know. I thought
Tok
I
du ikke
tied it
hensyn til
securely.
tidevannet?
Where did you go?
Out? For a walk. It stopped raining.
Did you
and-
see Betty?
Did I see... What are you talking about?
I think... Betty? It was Betty. It was her. It must have been her. I saw
Must
her
have.
face in the window and she vanished into the dark towards the sea.
Did she?
You really didn't see anyone.
I haven't seen a single soul. Are you sure it was her and
Yes.
not...
I mean, I saw her face and it looked like her.
Well, if it was her, why did she run away?
I don't know. It's getting dark. Back to the house. And tomorrow.
Tomorrow's another day, Teddy.
Tilbake til
Figure it
huset.
out. Right now, let's get you cleaned up. Look at you. You've got mud all over yourself. And then you really need to sleep. You must be exhausted. Come on.
I am muddy. I am full of mud. Neida. Så det var det så langt. Dag 2. Får vi se hva som skjer da. Jeg har glemt hvor mange dager det er i dette spillet til sammen. Men, good morning.
I will find you again.
Da var kofferten. Den var jo ikke så veldig full, for det sånn. Så hvorfor den skulle være så tung å bære opp den bakken, det...
Teddy, come outside. It's a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day to look for someone who's gotten away. Nei, det var ikke helt sånn teksten var. Det var på tide å gå ut og
I
kikke
just
litt.
about given up on you ever waking up.
Ah,
Sleep well?
I dreamed of Betty. She was in the garden, and she called for me.
How about you, Lissy dearest? Oh, you know me, old fruit, wide awake at first light.
The Fretlands didn't come home, did they?
They did not. There's no sign of anyone. Aside from last night's mistwalker.
I've been thinking about that.
der er kjerka.
What?
It was dark. Maybe I just saw a shadow.
Chasing a shadow. That's very unlike you, old boy. Usually you scurry off in the opposite direction.
I didn't get a good look. I'm not even sure there was anyone there.
Well, there must be someone here. And I'm not talking about ghosts. Or goats. What was it you said yesterday?
Ghosts.
Maybe they're
Same
looking
word?
down on us
Neither.
from the mountaintops.
I'll take a gander. The Fretlands will be home soon. And Betty's here. I know it. I feel it.
If you say so, Teddy Bear. Have you had your noodle juice yet?
I'm not rummaging through their cupboards.
You'll be a pill without your tea and toast,
Noodle
old bean.
juice.
We need to get you sorted.
I'm not hungry. First point on the agenda. Find the natives.
A mission! Hot dog! I'll scout ahead. I'll meet you down by those houses.
Heite himmel.
Let's uncover your secrets, Grovik.
Fantastisk teksting til tider. Ja, det får vi se da. Les. Kan dere se teksten i sin helhet, og det er på norsk til og med denne gangen. I see a goat. It is standing there, doing nothing at all. Skal vi se da om det blir noen i Gråvik, eller om alle...
Up here, Teddy.
Where? Ja, der var du.
It's such a beautiful day. You could bottle and sell this air in Boston. It's frankly medicinal.
It's chilly.
That's all you have to say? It's chilly.
You're not cold.
Why would I be?
I don't
You
know.
were scouting ahead.
What do you think I'm doing? Vantage point, like on a pirate ship. I
Arr.
can probably see our house in Hanover from here.
Did you check those buildings?
Knocking on doors isn't a scout's job, old bean.
Gamle bardun.
There must be someone around.
Only one way to find out, old sport. Did you check all the houses?
Jeg får ta en kikk da. Dette er jo så skikkelig sånn Vestlands indre fjord, skjerm til 1000. Det er sikkert ikke kaldt om vinteren da.
Hello?
Who's
Anyone
there?
here?
You know.
Why, hello,
You know
Mr.
who?
American. Please come in for a cup of tea and biscuits.
You're not helping. Also, they drink coffee here, not tea.
Savages. No one home?
Der var det ingen, der var det ingen. En øks. Kan jeg ta øksa? Oi, oi, jeg glapp øksa, og jeg som bedre hadde lånt den.
Hello?
Forræder.
Who's there? Hello? Anyone home?
Hallo, er det noen hjemme? Nei. Bare stått der. Hallo. Er det noen hjemme? Nei. Les.
September 21st, 1923. Vi desperate.
Vi er desperate.
Lissy, found something here.
Våre omstendigheter er uholdbare.
Escalated from words to stones. Blood has been spilled.
Blod har blitt spilt.
The curse haunts us all. There is no hope
Det er ikke
left
håp
in
igjen.
Goods for latte. Good. God. Right. In this God-forsaken place. The death of the Jiminy. Death of the children was the end of Grovik. Whatever remained of our souls departed with them. You should see this, Lissy.
Dun, dun, dun.
The letter just trails off. It was never sent.
Det er veldig gøy å lese alt som er på norsk og sånt innad i spillet også. Og det liksom henger litt sånn i forkant. Og så er det ikke sånn teppe så det der, det husker jeg nei, det var en av mine besteforeldre som hadde et sånn type motiv. Sånn veggteppe. Så det er veldig sånn forsøgjort med den filen. Har jo sånn rosemalt kiste også. It's pretty. Nasjonalromantikk på sitt beste.
Did you see this door closing?
It was just the wind, Teddy Bear. You're as skittish as a pussycat. There's one more house. Third time's the charm.
Forræder. Men hvem er en forræder, og hvorfor? That's the question. Knock, knock.
Anyone home?
Who's there? Me! I kill you!
Unless they're playing hide and go seek, I'd say that's a no.
Jeg skal åpne din dør og se at det er ingen her.
Three
Where
strikes.
is everybody?
We're out.
I don't think anyone's been home for a while. Someone painted the word traitor on one of the doors. And there was a letter. It sounded foreboding.
Still think everyone's up in the mountains herding goats?
I still don't understand what happened to the boat.
Why don't we investigate? Maybe it's even drifted back to shore by now.
Unlikely. But I would like to know how it got unmoored.
Well, it's a bright and beautiful day, and we have nothing better to do.
Sant nok.
What on earth are you doing?
Handstands, Teddy! My record is 2 minutes. I'm working on 3. Just go on ahead. I'll catch up.
Okay, if you say so. Ja, hvis du sier det så. Sånn. Kan jeg sitte her med å tegne, står det. Jeg tror det er noe som går an i dette spillet som jeg ikke har gjort ferdig til å tegne alle motiv som går an å finne i Gråvik. Det er visst nok en sånn achievement som du kan få. Det er ganske imponerende å bygge en vindmølle på en sånn plass som det der. Jeg lurer på hva den vindmølla brukes til. Vindmølle sier vannmølle. Herlighet, jeg vet noe forskjell på en vindmølle og en vannmølle. Vi skal se hvordan det ble. Det ble ikke så verst det. Han kan tegne, gubben. En akademiker som kan tegne, slettes ikke verst. La oss skynde oss litt. Tegn. Ok, da tar vi og tegner litt der, dog. En tegneferie. Tegneferie. Det var faktisk et pønn. Det tenkte jeg ikke på da jeg sa det. Tegneserie, tegneferie. Jeg lever tegneferier. Det var det. Hvordan ble det seende ut da? Det er ikke så verst det heller. Litt sånn diffuse tegninger på en måte, men det var ikke veldig skarp blyant.
How about we don't go back to Hanover and stay here instead?
And how would I survive?
Hunt, harvest, forage. People have survived here for centuries. Why can't we?
I wouldn't even
Why
know where to
indeed?
begin.
I could learn. I'd start with goats. Goats can be eaten and milked. Probably not in that order.
Good point.
Frederick, Fretland, and son.
Johann's brother and nephew.
The Fretlands have their fingers in all the pies, including the only store in town.
Also the post office and telegraph. Or maybe something that'll lead us to Betty in there.
Or at least to some
Rugged
canned
sild.
sardines. We need to get you fed, old bean.
Skinn og benfri.
Fretland and Son.
How do you figure?
It's on the sign above the entrance. And on this photograph. Frederick and Simon Fretland. Simon Fretland. Frederick's son.
And Johann's nephew. See, I'm getting the hang of this.
Var ikke det han som døde
The
i
older
gruven?
gentleman is clearly Mr. Frutland's twin brother.
Twins are confusing. If this was a dime novel, they'd be switching places at some point to confuse the coppers. Damn you, twins!
True enough. Odinsmelk. Dette var ikke alt dette er jo sånne klassiske produkter og omslag og sånt, så det er akkurat sånn det så ut back in the day. Så det er en sånn det er detaljnivå i dette spillet når de kommer til de tingene der som er veldig tidsriktige.
They had a memorial service for the accident in the mine on July 24th in the village church.
For something that happened 20 years ago?
It still affected their lives.
Mindesgudstjeneste.
The ferry route is no longer operating.
Rats!
Mrs. Fratland already informed me in her letter.
I know. Still warrants a resounding rats.
I wonder why it stopped running.
Look around. How many people live here? 20? 30? That can't be enough for a ferry route.
Things got quieter after the mine closed down.
They need to move on and find something else to put their village on the map. Tobacco farming, maybe.
It must have been so isolated, with no easy way in or out.
Aren't there boats?
You saw how much work it was to cross the fjord. And if the weather's bad,
It can't be healthy, being so isolated. Cooped up inside, reading the collected works.
yeah, all right, I get
This
it.
village is basically you, Teddy.
I said, all right. The telegraph is out of order.
Well, there goes my plan.
Grafen
NOSOS.
twist.
This was 2 years ago, but the notice is still up.
How can it take 2 years to get something like that fixed?
If they couldn't afford it, or couldn't get anyone to come fix it.
Well, this place really is off the map. Here be dragons. Or Draugans, I guess.
The ferry would have made the trip here much
Dragons.
easier.
And you wouldn't have had to pay that farmer a fortune to rent his boat.
I had no choice.
En
We should
båt som
keep
er nå
his boat.
mistet.
If it comes back. Bring it with us to Hanover.
Do what with it exactly?
I don't know. Grow parsley in it? Use it in the pond? Forget it, stupid idea.
Skal vi se da, inne i butikken, om det er noe der. Er det noen hjemme? Hallo?
Applesauce.
Why lock any doors?
Applesauce.
I can't imagine they have a problem with punks and hoodlums.
The sign says they're closed, but I thought maybe... Hello? Are you open? Is anyone there?
Can't you just bust down the door? Locks be
Er
damned.
vinduet åpent da?
Breaking and entering, I will not. I'll just dislocate my shoulder.
I will not break, but I could enter. Kanskje det ikke er ennå. Jeg skal inn i butikken etter hvert, men det er kanskje ikke nå. Kanskje det er senere. Uthus? Nei, bod. Humble abode. Gå ned og kikke etter båten da. Kikke på dette repet.
There's no damage to the rope.
I don't know what that means.
Nobody cut it. I guess the knot could have unraveled on its own.
Didn't you say you used a sailor's knot?
I'm a scholar, not a fisherman.
So who took our boat? A ghost?
I believe the tide took our boat.
If you say so. But then who were you chasing after last night? A shadow?
I don't know. It was probably all in my head. Betty would have taken plenty of constitutionals here. She loves the outdoors.
How so? She's a city
Og
girl.
der var du.
I'm sure she gets tired of Manhattan. And when she was little, she loved playing in the garden back in Hanover, especially around the pond.
Are you alright?
I just miss her.
oss å tegne ei grå vik. Vi må se hva han har tegnet denne gangen. Det ble ikke så verst det. Igjen litt sånn uskarpt, men now what?
You'd have thought someone would have seen us by now.
Even from up in the mountains. Maybe there was a spell or curse that made them all invisible.
Honestly, Lissy.
Or maybe we are...
Sorry. Jeg avbryter visst henne med å gå for langt vekk.
The weather is favorable today.
I did a little dance last night, appeasing the weather gods. Thor, in particular, was mightily impressed.
Was he?
Promised to back off with the thunder and lightning for a spell. And don't you know, he proposed to me.
Of course.
But I told him I'm not into gods. I prefer jazz musicians.
Det er bare fordi du ikke har sett Chris Hemsworth som Thor. Hvor skal vi gå nå, mon tro? Skal vi gå her og kikke litt? Oi, her var en båt.
A boat! Teddy! A hot dog! This is our ticket out of here!
Not without Betty.
Den så veldig råten ut også, da.
Besides, there's a hole in this boat. It'll sink before it gets 10 yards from shore. It's curious. The state of the boats. It's like they stopped taking care of them.
Seems short-sighted. How would they fish? Or get anywhere at all?
Og noen båt også, men det kunne jeg ikke velge. Der så ligger det en båt. Står på
What's
plansj.
this?
Remnants of the mining operation.
What, mine?
Remember, I told you yesterday. There was a mine here, but it closed down 20 years ago.
I know, Edward. I was just checking for a sense of humor. Still nowhere to be found.
Til minne om. It's a memorial.
Så står minne, og ikke minde.
3 men died when the mine collapsed in 1902. Georg Hattestad, Niels Frambo, Arne Fretland.
See, this is what working a regular job. Did you say Fretland?
The younger brother who was mentioned in the article. He was just 19.
How long had he been working in the mine? That's too young for a dirty job like digging into rock.
We're in the real world, Lissy.
Just
Most
over there.
teenagers don't have the luxury to idle away their days with games and witty repartee.
Ouch.
The newspaper said the accident forced the mine to shut down.
What does any of this have
Shut
to do with us?
down.
I still don't know why Elizabeth came here,
And you think it has something to do with this mine?
or with what it did to the village. Maybe.
Denne båten var ikke stort bedre, gitt.
Where do these tracks lead?
Alt går på
The
skinner.
mine. Where else would they go?
I don't know. A castle up in the mountains where the frost giants live? And this is how they receive their monthly offering of meat from the villagers. Goat, I hope.
Så. Et lite avbrekk der, for jeg vil bare prøve å stille inn en liten ting. Jeg ville se om jeg kunne skru av det at kameraet går opp og ned når man beveger seg, men hva skjer hvis jeg velger 1923-modus? Ja, da blir alt sånn flimrete og svart-hvitt. Stemmer. Det er litt kult, men det blir litt slitsomt i lengden, så jeg velger å ha det av. Sånn. Det er jo ganske fargerikt og flott spill også da, tross alt dette her, så. Ja, da kan jeg tegne. Da tar vi en liten tegnepause. Jeg bare leser tegneferier. Nå får jeg på melding også her da, at Martin og Christian og kodene ser på, så det er jo veldig trivelig. Kjekt å ta inn det. Beklager at jeg ikke så meldingen før. Jeg har bare en skjerm, så jeg må liksom gløtte det på mobilen innimellom for å se om det kommer inn chattemeldinger. Men det er veldig trivelig. Så yeah. Skal vi se hvordan det går her da. Ja, vi får tegne litt. Nå henger det vel mer eller mindre sammen også nesten. Disse bildene. Skal vi se. Hva finner vi hvis vi går opp hit da? Får vi lov å gå inn her? Nei, jeg tror ikke vi får lov å gå hit.
No trespassing.
Ennå i hvert fall.
Traitors.
Cool. Want to jump the gate and explore what's on the other side?
Det er veldig spesifikt.
The sign says no trespassing for a reason.
Men jeg er ikke kjent for det der.
There may be trolls, or at least more houses. Where's your sense of adventure, old sport? Don't you want to see where these
Där var
tracks
du.
go?
They lead to the old mine, and no. I've had enough adventure on this side of the fence. Besides, they wrote no trespassing for a reason.
You're such a terrible bore, Teddy Bear.
I'm so
I'll
bored.
wager 1,000 clams you'll jump this gate at some point, if you believe Betty's on the other side.
Ooh, Betty,
Frederick
Betty, Betty, Betty.
Fredland.
Woo. Neida.
Who are these traitors he refers to?
Indeed.
What now? We've looked everywhere.
There really doesn't seem to be anyone around.
Maybe we missed something. An important clue. How about the general store? We haven't been inside yet.
Det var jo låst da.
Deserted, but worth another look, I guess.
Nå kan jeg vel gå inn, tipper jeg, gjennom vinduet. Alright, da tusler vi tilbake. Kan jeg sitte der? Nei, for det var en vogn og ikke en benk. Da er du på vannvogna. Og det er ikke bra. Eller jo, egentlig så er det jo bra. On the wagon, off the wagon. Oi. Kråker som prøver å bryte seg inn. Get away, spawn of Odin!
Is that? Lizzie, come here.
Dum,
It's
dum,
Betty's
dum.
hat. She was here. She could still be in there. Betty? Betty!
Are you sure, Edward? I mean, it's just a hat. Is it even a hat?
Yes,
I
it's a
know
hat.
my sister's hat, Lizzie. I have to get inside.
What about the breaking and entering part?
I could care less what they call it.
Målet helligere middelet, ikke sant? Her var vinduet
Here's an
åpent.
open window.
You seem eager to break the law. I approve.
Nei, Martin, spillet handler ikke om Draugen, men du får se etter hvert hva slags draug det er snakk om.
Won't budge.
Nah, don't be a milquetoast.
Well, it's stuck.
Attaboy, Teddy. You can do this.
Dra hardere. Alright, da drar vi. Ha vi å dra.
Believe
Her
I'm
er
actually
vi igjen.
breaking.
Den sorte pirater, hans menn.
Oh my, Teddy. You're such a sap.
Alright. Da fikk vi i alle fall... Skal vi se. Gå inn, stod det der? Ja, jeg må bare trykke opp, så kommer den meldingen igjen, sikkert. Gå inn. Don't mind if I do.
Tent. World traveler. Cat burglar.
A
Barn
cat burglar would, by
murder.
definition, enter a building on a higher
Jeez.
floor.
The state of this place.
Oh, Betty,
Edward,
I hope you weren't here when...
is this... blood?
Not necessarily human blood.
Nei, det
Well,
er sardinolje.
That's all right then. What does it say? Barn murder? Someone murdered a barn?
Barn means child. And mortar, that's...
Child murder. Edward, they murdered a child?
Someone thought so.
Probably the same someone who vandalized the store.
Barnemorder.
I'm Not sure how I feel about being in here.
Don't be ridiculous. We're all alone. What else do you suggest we do?
Samme bilde som I stad, men her er
It's
det
the same
plutselig revet av
photograph as in
noe.
the
Johan's
farmhouse, but
gone. At least, I assume he's the one who's been... snip.
Frederick clearly did not want anything to do with his twin brother.
Et broderdrama. Rett og slett. Tvillingbrødre som kommer på skeis med hverandre. Hæ? Kan vi I alle fall låse opp. Den var veldig oransje, den knappen. Veldig tydelig at den skulle jeg se. Kan jeg stjele kassa? Sånne gode gamle kasseapparat. Det er gøy, altså. Jeg vet ikke det, hvis... Jeg mener å ha operert et sånt på et tidspunkt, I en eller annen anledning. Det var veldig gøy. Må vi se. Hva alle de linjene? Er det telegraflinjer, faktisk? Eller noe sånt? Det var veldig kult hvis det hadde vært tilfellet. Eller kanskje det bare båtruter eller reiseruter eller et eller annet sånt. Så kanskje mer ut som det.
Out of order.
Why hasn't it been
Slett å
fixed?
si.
Perhaps there wasn't much demand for it anymore.
Ute av drift. Kjører, kan du lære deg.
O-S. Oh boy. If only this thing worked. We could order a boat to come get us. Or, even better, order some hot grub.
Takeaway telegraf-style, hæ?
These were never sent.
How long have they been piling up?
I received Mrs. Fretland's letter in June.
A couple of months. Perhaps the world forgot about Grovik.
Usendt post. Far, jeg puttet nøkkelen I kassa som du
Looking
ba
for
om,
keys.
Simon.
Your life of crime can...
There's a note.
Is it written in Viking runes? What does it say?
It's from Simon.
Står det ba am?
Yai put it means I put. Knuckle is key.
Knuckle.
Casa. I
Kassa.
don't know what that word means.
Well,
You
I
put the key
do.
in the casa?
Casa. I wish I had my dictionary.
Jeg puttet
The note's
nøkkelen I
addressed to his
huset.
father.
So the key was
Puttet
moved.
key in la kassa.
But where to?
I kassa.
Somewhere safer. Or more convenient.
Can we really trust your translations? You only started studying a month ago.
I spent the summer reading, and I had a lot of free time on the ocean voyage.
Come on, how much could you possibly pick up in a few months?
You know my mind, it's a sponge.
Skal se her. Dun, dun, dun. Til Simon fra Ruth. Det er jo disse to barna til disse tvillingbrødrene. Til Johan og Fredrik. Så hvordan åpner jeg da kassa?
Casa.
So that's what it means. Cash register.
Åpne. Jeg bare drar I
You're a
håndtaket.
genuine gangster now, old fruit. Don't worry. If you get busted, I'll come visit you in the big house. The Vandals weren't here for the money.
I think money was the last thing on their minds.
Wasn't there supposed to be a key?
Here it is.
It is right there. Frimerkene også er korrekte, tidsriktige. Det er stilig. Kroner og øre. Men se, forrædere.
Why would Frederick keep a list of what he calls traitors?
What did they do to him?
Cross him in some way. Why else keep a list of undesirables?
Hvis du ikke skal selge til alle de, så har du ikke mange kunder igjen I denne lille bygda her, gode mann. Da får vi prøve. Der var hatten. We found the hat.
It is her hat.
Teddy, I'm not
Betty
sure
was
that's...
here.
But if that is her hat, what's it doing in a locked storeroom?
Another breadcrumb.
That's not an answer.
I know for sure she was here. That's what matters.
You know best, Edward. So, what now? If this is a breadcrumb, where's the next one?
There must be a reason her hat's in this room.
What's
Yes.
A handwritten note.
that? I'm not blind. What does it say, you silly goose?
It's hard to read. I'm not sure my translation will be... Johann, you... Nectar. Refuse. You refuse to speak to me, so I write this letter instead. It's from Frederick Fretland to his brother. Simon did not... Bloody hell. Simon did not murder your Ruth.
Dum, dum,
He was fond of his cousin.
Ruth. Ruth is the daughter of Anna and Johann, which means the little girl in the photograph at the farmhouse. Oh, Edward. The Fretland girl was murdered. This is simply awful.
Simon was working at the farm while I tended to the store. I would have seen him had he passed on the way up to the cliffs.
They thought Simon killed Ruth. His own cousin.
Ruth was... what's that word? Playing. Ruth was always playing on the rocks below the church. She must have fallen by accident.
Dum, dum,
And
dum.
it ends there. Frederick never finished it. And Johann never read it. Not that it would have made a difference. If Johann
The
thought...
mob showed up for Simon. His father would have tried to protect him.
September 17th. You would have been here, Betty.
Rocks below the church. Isn't the church right above us? Edward, come look at this. That's the cliff. Right there. The one in the note? I bet you 1,000,000 clams.
Hvorfor
Where?
clams?
See for yourself.
I stad var det 1,000 clams, nå er det 1,000,000 clams. Men hvorfor clams?
I guess that could be where...
Let's check it out.
No, Lissy, wait.
Check it out. Let's go check it out. Det var ikke så mye mer å hente i denne butikken. Lite kaffe. Vaselin. Oho. Vaselina Bilapuggers approves. Det er nesten ut som... Ja, det er kaffe faktisk. Jeg tenkte at det var cola, men det var enda bedre det var kaffe.
This way. I found it, Teddy. The cliff. I'm standing right below it.
What are you doing? This doesn't concern
The
us.
little girl died.
We're staying in her home, for God's sake. Are you completely without heart? Get yourself up here, Edward Harden, right this minute.
Ok, men hvordan kommer jeg meg opp dit?
Come on, it's an
Aha.
easy climb.
This looks very dangerous.
Oh, you're a big boy.
Neida,
Start
det er
acting
ikke
like it.
farlig.
I don't know about this.
Man, det er ikke farlig, din lille pyse.
Whoopsie-daisy.
Det var godt å komme deg ut litt i frisk norsk natur. See the lovely lakes, the wonderful telephone system, and many furry animals, including the majestic moose. Det gir ingen mening hvis folk ikke har sett Monty Python.
What is this?
Where little Ruth died.
You're being morbid. And this is a distraction. I'm here for Betty, not because some girl
Edward.
got herself...
You insensitive brute. You're like the Tin Woodman, no heart. You know, you've grown cold and mean in that horrid study of yours. With only books and bugs to keep you company for years and years and years. There are other people in this world, you know. It's not all about you. You're going to do this. If not for Ruth, then for us. We're going to figure out what happened to the poor girl. Together.
Ok.
That's been here a while.
Didn't you say it happened over a month ago?
You'd think her family would have replaced it with fresh flowers.
Is that blood?
The girl could have hit her head on that rock. There would have been plenty of blood.
It's
Hva
awful.
ligger bak der?
I think there's something behind it. Can you move the rock aside?
En sko? Er det en dukke? En dukke. Plukk opp.
It must be
Der er det
Ruth's.
symbolet.
Where's the head?
Maybe the killer also decapitates dolls.
Hold on.
Hvem er det nå som er brutal?
This pin. This is old. Very old. It looks like something from the Viking era.
We are in the land of Vikings.
This could be 1,000 years old. It does not belong on a child's doll.
Who cares? Ruth is dead and you're obsessing about a rusty old pin?
Den
Let's go
pinnen er
further out.
viktig.
Maybe we'll find more clues. Come on, old sport. It's not far.
Can you wait just 1 minute so that I can catch my breath? Did you follow the same path, Betty? Or am I just stumbling through darkness?
Ja, vet vel hva de sier. Kan ikke du dra til Vestlandet,
You
så
can
får du
see clear beyond the edge
heller
of the
spille
world.
Draugen.
Right. It is awfully chilly.
One
Oh,
second.
teddy bear. We need to take you out walking more often.
So, the girl fell from up here.
Was pushed, you mean?
No, she
Can
fell.
you see where she fell?
Ingen som...
If she fell head first on that rock, she'd have died instantly.
Edward, honestly.
You wanted to learn more. This is you learning more. She hit her head and fell into the bush where I found her doll. Happy now, Alice?
I'm not. What was she doing up here in the first place?
Playing?
What
She was a
indeed?
child. Children play in dangerous places.
There must be more to it. Let's find out where this path leads.
No, absolutely not.
Å jo da.
I don't have time for this nonsense. We're running out of daylight, and Betty's still...
Bye bye.
You're still out there.
Run to the hills. Dum-ba-dum-bum-ba-dum-ba. Run for your life. Her blir ikke mye løping på denne karen
Lizzie.
her i hvert fall.
Slow down. I can't keep up with you. Who knows what's up there? It's not worth the risk of falling and breaking something. Lizzie?
Sticks and stones
Are
may
you
break
there?
my bones, but Norwegian mountains will always be there. Eller noe sånt. Der var du. Og der var han.
Teddy.
Word.
Dun, dun.
Look away, Lizzie.
Is this what happened to the villagers? They killed themselves?
It's one body. Let's not jump to conclusions.
Er det forræderen?
Ugh,
Gud
this is
tilgi
just
meg.
ghastly. What does that say?
God forgive me.
Don't suicides go to hell? Isn't that what your father said when
Stop.
your mother
Don't.
drowned herself? Sorry.
Det var jo snilt.
Do you think this has something to do with Ruth? Maybe she came across the hanged man before she died, and it scared her. So she ran, and
This happened later.
there's some consolation in that, I guess. Maybe it's the killer. The guilt ate him up, and he offed himself.
That's just speculation with no basis in fact.
Who was he? One of the Fretlanders?
It's not Johann or Frederick. And he's too old to be Simon. There's nothing more to do here. I'm going back. Let the poor soul rest in peace.
Does it look like he's resting in peace? You're just going to leave him hanging? You're an insensitive brute.
I'm here for Betty. It's tragic, but really none of my concern.
Betty, Betty, Betty. Always just Betty. You don't care about anyone else. What if that was me up there?
Oi,
Would
der
you care
forsvant
then?
han.
All you do is obsess over a scarf and a hat and ugh.
It's all I have of Betty.
Betty, there she is again. Edward,
Betty.
the hanged man, he's someone. No matter what he did or didn't do, he deserves respect. Would you please just do this one decent deed? If not for me, then for yourself. Or for
Betty.
your Betty.
Nei, du vet. Lik og det. Haha. Nei da.
What are you doing? You can't just pull him down by his legs. Try loosening the noose.
I can't reach that far.
Jeg kan ta stolen. Klatre. Har jeg en kniv? Det hadde jo hjulpet. Knyt opp.
I'm going to be sick.
Why?
I can't do this.
Yes, you can.
Yes, we can.
Teddy. Edward. I know you can. You've been through much worse.
Har jeg det? La oss prøve i alle fall. Ja, spillet tok en mørk vending, folkens. Ikke så veldig 17. mai etter akkurat det, men... Dum-dum-da.
Where are the Fretlands, Edward?
It's been 2 days. If they're not back tonight,
They're not coming back.
perhaps they left after their daughter died.
Was murdered, you mean?
Nei, jeg
Isn't that
drar
what
den
you think
ikke
happened?
ned etter beina, Martin. Jeg drar den ikke ned etter beina, jeg knytter opp tauet.
Penny for your thoughts?
Perhaps she fell by accident.
So you don't think it was murder?
It's difficult to say with any certainty. The boy could have pushed her.
You're really not helping.
Can we talk about this tomorrow? I'm sorry.
You're exhausted.
I buried a corpse today, Alice.
I know. I'm sorry. Why don't you sleep in the guest bedroom?
The couch is fine. The Fretlands could still come home.
All right. Just don't come crying to me if you wake up with a crick in your neck. I'll be up for a while, if you feel like talking.
Okidok. På tide å finne sofaen fra Ikea. Der sitter hverken far og mor, for så det er jo ingen her.
What did you find?
Someone tried to burn this. It's addressed to Mrs. Fretland. My dearest Anna. It's from her sister, Margaret. Frederick's wife. The two brothers married sisters, remember?
Yes, and it's adorable. Keep reading.
I really shouldn't.
Really? How else are we going to figure out what happened? Keep reading.
My dearest Anna, I miss you so very, very much. The baby is due soon, and I wish for our family to reunite before... It's been 7 years since the dreadful incident at the mine. Can we not convince Frederick and Johann to forgive and forget? I know there are things Frederick has not told me about what they found and why they parted ways. Their grudge is tearing us all apart. Frederick won't even let me speak to half of our neighbors, accusing them of treason. He's so very angry and full of regrets,
Som går langt
eating
tilbake.
him up. And we...
And we what?
the rest is unreadable.
Margaret reached out to her sister, but I guess it didn't work.
This was written before Simon was born, but burned recently.
Ja, da er det fenalås. For de som vil ha litt 17. mai-følelse. Spekematen er på plassen og trenger bare drømmegrauten. Vi skulle ta sofaen, sant? Var det det vi ble enige om? Jeg tror det. Oi, her da var det et eller annet brev. Det har jeg ikke lest. Ja, det er... det som jeg skrev. Eller hovedpersonen skrev. From Bergen to Ålesund. Det er en bok. Den så litt brent ut.
I almost forgot putting this aside when I lit the fire.
Oi.
A Christmas present
Fra
to
Simon.
Ruth. From Simon.
Simon. Simon gave that book to Ruth. But who burned it?
Johann. Or Anna. If they believed Simon killed her.
But they were friendly, right? Simon and Ruth. Before...
I imagine so. And we know the sisters were close.
I still don't understand why the brothers had a falling out.
Whatever drove a wedge between them, it was big.
Kan de ha vært too close? Kan det være årsaken til dette mysteriet? Kveitsamanden og skar og pellefisk. Hat. I give you hat.
What are you doing?
Betty will want these back.
I don't think it's healthy
Not now,
to...
please. I'm exhausted.
Jeg skal sove på sofaen.
Quite the day, huh?
I'm ready to pass out. Where will you sleep?
I'll be up for a while. My mind's simply racing.
Don't stay up late. Wake me if you hear the Fretlands arriving.
Of course. And I'll keep my eyes open for any ghosts that might want to haunt you in your sleep.
There are no...
Hush now. Sleep.
Det hørtes nesten ut som ja, vi elsker dette landet. Det hadde jo passet godt, men det hadde jo ikke... Men det hadde jo ikke passet helt, for hun kan jo ikke den sangen. Eller kan hun det? Dum, dum, dum. Det er en ny dag for betaling av skatt. Skal vi se hvordan dette går da. Ny dag, nye muligheter.
Where are you, Lissy?
Right up the stairs, Teddy.
Du har gått opp, din lille rakker. Du har ikke vært oppe ennå, så får vi sett.
Is that you?
Nei, det er Draugen. Går det an å spille piano, man tror? Draugenvals. Men det er litt gøy. Det er da kombinert av pool. Og dette er jo spillets hovedtema. Bum, 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 Den noten må det gå an å få kopiert. Det var da Draugenvalsen i en andante i 3/4 takt av Simon Poole, spillets komponist. Så det var litt kult. Og da fikk jeg prestasjonen Piano Man. Den hadde jeg ikke fra før. Så det var kult. Oi, her da kan jeg visst tegne litt. Ja, da setter vi oss ned og tegner i vei da. Kaki, 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 kaki. Kaki, kaki, kaki. Fikk jeg litt assosiasjoner til en anime. Så Peter spør hva jeg synes om spillet så langt. Nå har jeg jo spilt dette spillet før. Og jeg kan si at jeg liker dette spillet veldig godt 2/3 uti. Men den siste tredjedelen er jeg ikke like begeistret for. Men nå har spilt cirka en tredjedel. Så... Men det er liksom... Når mysteriet får tatt til et mysterium, og du prøver å nøste litt opp i det, det er da jeg synes det er best. Og så... Jeg er ikke like glad i konklusjonen på det. Men kanskje jeg liker det bedre denne gangen, vi får se. Hva var dette da? En dagbok? Gjestebok? Nei, jeg skulle snu det, men det var feil knapp. Så. She promised she doesn't. I never had a reason to not to trust her, but I still feel she's hiding something from me. I think Ruth is hiding something from me. She's been awfully secretive. She goes off on her own even more than usual, and her clothes are filthy. I don't mind her playing and escaping, exploring, of course. Always did. Could Margaret and I not being allowed to run free when we were little. Ruth says she's just looking for flowers and pretty rocks, not socks. I shouldn't worry so much. Simon stopped by today with a gift for Ruth. I'm sure. Received another letter from Mr. Harden. He'll be here in October as planned. I look forward to having someone else to speak with, if only for a few days. Not that Johan is in good company, but we have little to converse about outside of our daily routines. There's been no sign of Mr. Harden's sister yet. If she left Ålesund weeks ago, where could she be? She may well have decided to stop along the way. We've heard nothing, but we so rarely speak with anyone outside Gråvik these days. I do hope she's alright. I would hate for Mr. Harden to come all this way to no avail. Ruth is still being secretive. I know she's hiding something. One of these days I will follow her. September 9th. No church service again today. The vicar has been back since the memorial service in July. Johan believes he won't be back and that he has given up on Gråvik like everyone else. I think I'm coming down with a cold. September 15th. So, Atlant damaged our boat. Someone damaged our boat during the night. That's the third one this month. Johan suspects Frederick, of course. I fear something is bubbling to the surface again after all these years. I'm not at all feeling well and spent most of yesterday and today in bed. Ruth was sweet and brought me potato soup and tea with honey and milk. September 18th, 1923. She has left us. Our dear Ruth is gone. I cannot believe it was Simon's doing. He too is now gone, and with him all hope Gråvik has left in it. Dette er litt spennende, for denne boka her tror jeg ikke jeg bladde i og leste første gang. Her kunne jeg ha lest det på norsk, faktisk, ja. Nå leste jeg det jo høyt i stedet, så... Let me show. Ruth sitter rom.
This is her room.
Hmm?
Are you paying attention? Ruth.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine? One moment you're living a perfectly happy life, and then... nothing. Darkness. forever and ever.
Det var dystert.
Maybe there's something here that can tell us what happened to her.
This is a waste of my time.
We might be the
Potte.
only ones left to tell her story, Edward.
Potte.
You're just being melodramatic. I'll help you look. There's still no sign of the Fretlands.
Maybe they left town after Ruth died.
Det kan jo
What's
hende.
the point of this? I should be looking for Betty.
I hate you sometimes.
Skal vi se. På tide å kikke litt på disse tegningene.
Ruth was an artist.
This is very primitive.
Have you
Kirka.
ever met a child, Edward? She wasn't
Sitter i
Monet. She
kirka
was
på hver
8.
sin side.
This must be the village church. That's Ruth and her family on one side of the aisle. Simon and his father on the other.
A community divided.
Bygdetrollet lever i beste velgående i dette spillet her, gitt.
She found something.
Where's that
Oh.
supposed to be?
A cave. Or the
Mine.
Jeg fant en
Could be.
skatt.
But what did she find?
something important enough to draw.
La oss se på tegningene først, og så ser vi på resten etterpå.
That must be Ruth and Simon's fathers.
Perhaps. They weren't on the best of terms.
They look like they want to kill each other.
To a child, maybe it looked worse than it was.
Children are more insightful than you give them credit for, Teddy Bear.
Det er sant. Det er flere tegninger som henger på veggene. Ikke som hun har tegnet. Og
She
ingenting.
made her bed that morning. Before she...
Or her parents did. It doesn't matter. It tells us nothing.
Why are you like this today? Betty's not the only person in the world that matters.
She matters the most to me.
Ain't that the truth?
Det var en tegning til.
Ruth never
Forbandelse.
finished this. What does that spell? F-O-R-B.
For Banelson.
The curse.
Curse.
Who's that figure supposed to be? It's creepy.
A figment of her imagination. But the box she drew. It looks like this box under her desk.
Really? Let me see. Pull it out.
En forbannet liten boks. Spennende. Se der,
What
der
is
har vi den
this?
nåla igjen, gitt.
I believe this might qualify as actual treasure.
Is that Norwegian money?
Sort of, but ancient. Viking coins.
Are they valuable?
Not in terms of monetary value, but historically.
Det belongs in a
belong in a
museum.
museum.
Looks like Ruth had her own private museum.
Why would
Indiana
a child
Jones.
have these artifacts?
She must have enjoyed collecting and playing with them.
These are much too precious to play with. She should have given these to
Kanskje
an
hun
adult.
egentlig heter Lara.
She's
Ikke Ruth,
She
hun
was
heter
a
Lara.
child, Edward. To her, they were just shiny toys. Wait! The pin! On the doll!
This is where it came from, her collection.
But where did she find these treasures?
If we're to believe her drawing, perhaps the mine. She may have found a gravesite. Wherever she found them, she wanted to keep them hidden.
You think someone found out?
These items wouldn't necessarily be worth much, except to a historian or archaeologist.
What
Or
if
a
this is how...
collector.
I mean, if someone learned she'd been collecting treasures, they might be willing to do terrible things. There's a story here. The treasure box, the drawings.
The overactive mind of an imaginative child.
She didn't imagine the Viking artifacts. You shouldn't be so dismissive. The drawings could be her way of dealing with traumatic
This is
events.
what happens when I read you the principles of psychology. You get notions.
You say that like it's a bad thing. Ruth was troubled. The village was troubled, and... Is that
Ding dong,
a bell?
ding
Church
dong.
bell. Someone's here. Maybe Betty.
Why would Betty ring the church bell?
Yes, why
Perhaps she's
would
in
Betty?
trouble. I need to get to the church right now.
Wait, isn't it more likely to be the person you saw the other night? We
I
should be
told
careful.
you, I'm not sure that was anything. Come on.
Go ahead. I'll catch up with you before you get there. I need a minute to think about all of this.
Jeg må se på den boka etterpå. Hvis det
Do you
fortsatt går
see
an å se
anyone?
på den.
They must be inside the church.
Nei, jeg kan ikke se på den boka nå, men der står det i alle fall om Draugen. Det virker jo absolutt som at det er Draugen hun har tegnet. Det var vel egentlig en Kittelsen-tegning, tror jeg. Hvis jeg ikke tar helt feil. Jeg skulle kanskje ha sett på den i stad før jeg så på Forbandelsen-tegningen. Men. Sånn kan det gå. Her fikk jeg visst ikke lov å gå inn. Hva med den døra her? Kan jeg gå her? Her kan jeg gå. Ja, der er Jesus. Jeg fant Jesus. Han gjemte seg på soverommet. Jesus can be very hard to find sometimes. One time I found him in my chimney. Vil at hvor jeg er, der skal også de som du har gitt meg være hos meg. For at de skal se min herlighet som du har gitt meg, slik du har elsket meg før verdens grunnvoll ble lagt. Dette er fra Johannes, ypperste prestelige bønn, tror jeg. Johannes 15. Hvis jeg ikke tar helt feil. Ja, kongen og dronningen. Gode gamle Håkon 7. og dronning Maud, det der, gitt. Viktig med litt salutt til kongen og dronninga i dag. Kan jeg gå ut her? Kan jeg tegne noe her? Ding dong. Ja, kom inn. Nei, jeg kan visst ikke tegne noe her, men... Hvis jeg springer ned trappa, kan jeg dette ned? Nei. Der kan jeg sitte og tegne. Jeg må skynde meg til kirka, men først må jeg tegne litt. Det er viktig. Ding dong. Ding dong. Sånn. Da har jeg tegnet. Jeg lurer på hvor mange tegninger, tegneplasser det er til sammen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 ganger har jeg tegnet så langt i alle fall. Der er låven. Jeg er låven, låven det er jeg. Han kan springe uten å miste pusten hvis han vil, han er akademikeren. Jeg tror han er en sånn type som blir selektivt sliten. Han blir sliten når det passer han. Fant jeg et sted til jeg kunne tegne. Det er 7. La oss ta en kikk. Ja. Slettes ikke vast. Skal vi se. Det er vel opp her da, regner jeg med. på hopp. Jeg kan ikke hoppe her, da. Det går faktisk ikke an. Oh. In the name of the Father and the Son and of the Holy God. Ghost. Skal vi se om det står noe på disse plakatene.
July
Kunngjøring.
24th, memorial service.
Mindestund.
A commemoration of the accident at the mine this past summer. No services after that.
Ganske dårlig prestebetjening hvis du ikke har ja, har vel ganske mange kors som virker ganske nye. Det var ikke lett å lese hva som stod på de. Eller på gravsteinene, for det er ikke litt mørkt. Oppløsningen var ikke så alt for god.
All these fresh graves. Do you think that maybe
No.
Betty...
I'd know.
But
You wouldn't understand. Elizabeth and I, we have a bond.
God, Edward. Your obsession with her is really starting to grate.
Det er en fin kirke da, det skal de ha.
Why board up a church?
Er ikke her.
Keep the ghosts from escaping?
Regardless of
Jo da,
how they got past
Gud
the
er
boards,
valgt.
there's someone in there.
Gone fishing?
God is not here.
Well, of course he isn't. You won't find God in a church. God is the wind in the trees, the grass between your toes, the brook that runs
That's
through...
nature, not God.
Who did this?
Someone who'd lost their faith.
Can you peek through the boards?
Men se.
See anyone?
No,
Listen! The bell! They're still in there!
Den altertavla mener jeg å ha sett en eller annen plass. Det tror jeg er fra en faktisk altertavle et eller annet sted.
Hello? I heard the bell.
This is giving me
I'm
the
here to help.
heebie-jeebies.
Do you
These
get
boards look flimsy enough
heebie-jeebies?
to break.
Oi, kan jeg gå rundt? Oi, her var det mørkt. Det var mørkt, men jeg kunne gå litt rundt på den siden, ja. Det har jeg aldri gjort før. Hva med den siden her, da? Er det noe her? Nei, ingenting. Hal i og dra. Sånn, ja. Good boy.
Look at that. The Ethel becomes an Edward. I didn't think you had it in you, old fruit.
Be quiet. Betty? Are you here? Hello? This is Edward Harden. I'm looking for my sister,
Stop
Elizabeth.
shouting, Edward. We're alone. There are only ghosts here.
There are no ghosts.
I don't know about that.
Lissy, look. Betty's gloves. They are definitely Betty's.
Oh, for
She got
Pete's
these
sake.
in Boston before she left for New York. She bought them at Woolworth. I remember the day she... She's here.
Where? And why would she leave her clothes lying around? It doesn't make
Breadcrumbs.
sense.
She's sending me a message. She knew I'd recognize her gloves, her hat. She's left a trail for me to follow, like Ariadne's red thread.
We're not in a lab.
Betty will have left more crumbs.
Betty, you're turning into such a pill.
Frumpy. She's very frumpy.
What's this rope for?
The bell.
This is the bell
Clink,
we heard
clink.
ringing?
I don't see any other bells.
So you have to stand here and pull this rope to ring it.
Yes.
But there was no one here. You didn't see anyone, right?
No. No one.
ghosts. I'm telling you, it's ghosts. So what happened to the hunchback of Grovik?
Det
They must be
Hunchback
here
of
still.
Grovik.
There's only the one exit.
Maybe it was the wind.
A church bell's too heavy. It can't have been the wind. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it was the wind. There's no one here.
Hvis du har det Hunchback of Grovik, så må vel han hete Kvasse Mode. Ding dong.
I don't like that sound. Please stop.
I like it. Ding dong.
Stop it.
Nei, jeg vil ikke stoppe. Ding dong.
Stop it.
OK.
What happened here?
The sign on the door. God is not here. Their faith was challenged, and it didn't survive.
The final dinner.
The Last Supper.
Final
Who
dinner.
taught you about the New Testament?
I pick up on things. Most folks aren't heathens, like you.
Det er en
What's
preken.
that?
The last sermon that was held here.
What does it say?
The vicar's handwriting is hard to decipher, and the language.
Å, det var ikke så lett å lese.
Hmm.
Den var ikke lett å lese.
He talks about the village being divided for 20 years. This sermon was held on the anniversary of the accident this past summer. He's asking the congregation to help heal old wounds, to forgive, move on. Something to the effect of, you sit in separate aisles in God's house.
Like Ruth's drawing. I told you, she was perceptive.
Nei. Jeg gikk ut igjen. Skal vi
It
se.
sounds like Grovik was split in two, between those who stood by Johann and those who supported Frederick.
Because of Ruth?
The sermon is from before that. No, this is all about the preceding 20 years of division and disagreements. Tilgi hverandre.
Edward?
Forgive each other. It
Tilgi
addresses
hverandre.
Johann and Frederick directly. But I wonder if they were even here.
Remember the wedding picture? They were close friends once.
Det var
How could they
brothers.
allow their grudge to escalate until...
You call each other traitors, but the only thing you've betrayed are the bonds that unite us. Here's something else.
Forbannelsen.
Many of you believe Grovik was cursed 20 years ago. God has not cursed you. This curse is of your own making.
Ruth's drawing mentioned a curse. What do you think that means?
It means they believed they were cursed, and that they needed something or someone to blame for their misfortune.
Oi, her er et utdrag fra en kirkebok. Det vet jeg, fordi jeg har brukt en sommer på å bla litt i gamle kirkebøker, så da jobbet jeg på kirkekontoret på Askøy, back in the day.
What are you doing? We're in a church.
Thought you didn't believe in God.
I do believe in civility.
Isn't this a fire hazard?
They're not always lit. Each candle represents a single prayer.
That's a lot of prayers.
There were a lot of deaths. They considered this a sacred place. For them to destroy it,
For et hellig rot.
this was an act of desperation and anger.
Jesus looks sad.
What reason would Jesus have to be happy?
Don't be blasphemous.
Given that this is all fiction, blasphemy is a contradiction.
Heretic. I've never seen you read the Bible before.
I've read the Bible many times. It's an important historical document. For he is our peace, who hath made both one, and hath broken down the middle wall of partition between us.
Did you just translate that into Olden English?
I happen to know the verse by heart.
You still manage to surprise me sometimes.
Efeserne 2,14. For han er vår fred, han som gjorde det av begge og nedbrøt Skille. Adskillelsens mellomvegg. Fiendskapet.
For he is our peace, who hath made both one,
De gjorde de
and hath
to til
broken
dette.
down the middle wall of partition between us.
Did you just translate that into Olden English?
I happen to know the verse by heart.
You still manage to surprise me sometimes.
Så disse kirkeboksidene, de tror jeg må bla her først for å aktivere.
The church book, a record of births and deaths.
So we can find out what happened to the people in the village?
And Elizabeth. I mean, if she was dead,
Her name would be in the book.
vandals. They tore it to pieces.
I don't think the missing pages left the church. Look,
Jepp. Der var en.
how many pages are missing?
I counted 4.
They're probably all still here. I know. Let's make it a competition. 1-0 to Team Me.
2.
I wanted you to find that one. I know what a rotten loser you are.
Der er nummer 3.
Found another one. You get it. It's right here. Just one more page missing.
Hvor er denne nå igjen? Ikke her, så da vil jeg jo tippe den i kirkeradene et eller annet sted. Der, ja. Der var det ganske mye
2
informasjon.
for 2. A tie. Good job, Teddy. Old
Stop,
bean.
Lissy. This is not a game. Betty's out there.
Of horse feathers. Stop being so gosh darn tedious, Edward.
Horse
Bitty,
feathers.
bitty, bitty. Will you ever shut up about your precious Betty? Put those pages back in the book.
Forbannelsen.
This book goes back years. It lists births and deaths. Here's the third Fretland brother. The one who died in a cave-in. Someone added the word for Banelson, probably quite recently.
What does that mean again?
Curse. That word is all over this book.
Ugift.
Not just the men who died in the mine, but other deaths in the last 20 years.
Ruth's drawing and the sermon both mentioned a curse. What do you think it means?
I don't know. There were surprisingly few births.
Perhaps they blame that on the curse as well.
Det er litt gøy, for at det er akkurat sånn som dette de gamle kirkebøkene ser ut. Så det er jo en sånn attention to detail som de har tatt med seg. Gruveulykke, for tidlig født, druknet, barselfeber, alderdomssvakhet, druknet ved fold fra kai. Fattig lus? Nei, fattig lens. Ugift. Måløy, Gråvik. Skal vi se videre da? Her var det mye forbannelsen og mord og forræder.
Ruth Elsa Fretland. She was buried in the cemetery. And the next entry, Simon Fretland. Now this is interesting.
Simon is dead? Oh, that's dreadful.
He drowned the day after Ruth died. Probably no coincidence. See what's scribbled next to it?
Mord?
Murder.
Who killed him? Ruth's father? Or the mob that trashed the store?
It doesn't say. After the children, a half-dozen deaths in a single week.
The curse.
It's listed as the cause for every single death.
Maybe there really was a curse.
Primitive superstition. But something changed after Ruth and Simon. It might explain why there's no one around.
Edward, if it killed everyone, how's that not a curse? What does that word say? Next to those names at the bottom. For
traitor.
Knut Løkkeberg og Harald Lindvall. Tæring står det jo på ganske mange av de. Det er jo gamle begrepet for kreft ofte. Eller det man jo kalte tæring er jo ofte det man tenker på som kreft i dag. Det er jo ikke alltid så lett å si, men... Ukjent.
Edward? What's wrong?
Forbannelsen.
Final entry. There's no name. Alice, what if...
Oh, Edward, no.
Betty,
It doesn't mean she's...
she's not dead. She can't be.
No, she could
I
be.
know. I know.
Teddy.
I need
She
to see
could
the
be.
grave for myself. It's not Betty. Betty's still alive.
Teddy? Where are you going? Don't leave me! Edward!
You better not be here, Betty. I'll never forgive you. This one, it's...
Dette som er den siste, ja.
What are you doing? Have you gone completely mad?
Ingenting som sier 17. mai som et godt stykke gravkjenning.
Thank God. It's not her. It's not Betty. It's not her.
Oh, Edward. What have you done?
It's not Elizabeth. I was so afraid,
You're a monster.
but I had to be sure. If Betty...
To hell with your Betty! When did she ever shed a tear for you?
Don't talk about my baby sister like
Or what? Or what, Edward? What will you do? Ignore us? Banish us? You've spent your entire life chasing her. When are you going to do something useful with what's left of it?
Quiet! Just... leave me be.
Fine.
Ta-da!
Lizzie? Alice? Come back. Don't leave me alone. Please. Come back. I need you.
Nå entrer vi den siste tredjedelen.
I was afraid you left me. Now listen to me. No! Lizzie? Where are you?
Der sitter hun. Or is she?
Lizzie. Hey. Lizzie, please listen to me. I didn't mean what I said.
Of course you meant it. Everything's always about Betty. Betty, Betty.
I care about you both.
Until it really matters. Then it's obvious who matters more.
I thought she was dead.
I wish she was!
Don't.
You deserve to be alone.
Hva er du?
Please, talk to me.
What's there to talk about?
You can't keep running away from me.
You think you own me? That you control me? That you get to decide how I feel and what I do every minute of every day? That I'm your puppet? Your little plaything? Well, fuck you, Edward Charles Harden! I never should have come here with you on this pointless chase!
Now, be reasonable.
Who's less reasonable here, I wonder?
Lizzie. Poof. Alice. What are you doing?
What I should have done years ago. Maybe now you'll learn to appreciate this.
Now listen to me. Please, listen. Hear me out. Don't do this. You can't do this to me. I need you. I'm not whole without you. I can't lose you. I can't live without you. Don't, please, don't, no. What? No!
Oi sann.
Oh, Alice,
Oh, the drama.
what have you done? Please, be all right. Please don't.
You make me sick, Edward. Your mother and father would be ashamed. Elizabeth would be ashamed. They did not think you deserved their love, so they abandoned you.
Don't.
Oh, my child. We are all that you have, and we love you. We are here. With us, you are never alone. Do not forget.
No, never.
Ta-da.
Never. I never forget. I am never alone.
Now it has taken a turn, this game. Nå har vi nådd et skifte, kan du si. Dag 4.
Wake up, Edward.
Noen som forutså dette, ja, i chatten. Det kan jo tenkes. En stor sjå, det er nå en tredjedel igjen.
Stop hiding. You are right in fearing for her. You cannot hide from us.
Where's Lissy?
Alice is not here.
Bring her back. Please. I need her.
Alice does not love Elizabeth like you do.
She loves me.
Not like I do, Edward.
I'm so tired. Please.
What do you want?
I think of you so often. You have no idea.
You just want me to forgive you so that we can keep looking for your precious, perfect Betty.
She needs us.
She never needed you, Teddy Bear. And she certainly doesn't need us.
I can't find her on my own.
Well, it's just too bad, my darling Edward. Because we're done playing second fiddle to little sis.
Wait, don't go. I'm talking to...
To you. Lissy. Oh.
Puff, puff. Skal vi se. Men noen har tent lysene da.
Listen. Lissy. Please. You can't keep vanishing on me.
Try me.
Why are you so angry?
You do not know anger, Edward.
Da var
Do
du.
you ever meet my father?
Alice does not want to speak with you.
And what about you? Are you going to help me?
God helps those who help themselves.
I don't
No,
need
it doesn't
God's
say
help.
that.
I need Lissy.
Do you, though? Did you ever?
What? Of course, I... Lissy? Lissy?
Skal vi gå opp, eller kan gå på kjøkkenet først? Ja. Det var visst en god idé.
Hear me out. Alice, don't go. I depend on you both.
You can never depend on other people, Edward.
I'm not sure you count as other people.
Everyone leaves, one way or another.
You don't. You can't.
Is that a challenge?
Stop playing games.
Are you ordering me, Teddy Bear?
I'm asking you.
Didn't your father always tell you to stand up for yourself? To be a real man and not a sissy? Maybe that's why he put the gun to his head and pulled the trigger. Kaboom! He was so disappointed about what his only son had turned into.
You're a monster.
Takes one to know one. Old fruit.
This game is getting dark really, really fast. Hvem er det?
I gave you this jacket. Betty,
Der, ja.
you
Skal
were
vi se.
here.
Hva er vel ekte? Hva er ikke? Det er jo spørsmålet nå. Så gå inn her og kikke en gang til da. Kanskje vi kan se på Draugen-boka denne gangen. Hallo? Hallo? Come on!
Lissy, I'm tired of chasing you. I'm trying to talk to you. Alice, be reasonable. Lissy, look. Her jacket. I'm sure it wasn't here yesterday, which
Jesus
means
Christ,
Betty was
Teddy.
here. Perhaps when we were out yesterday.
Betty,
She must have-
Betty, Betty. You love Betty more than you love us. But don't you see? What has Betty done that we haven't? What can she do that we cannot? We've always been there for you. Why do you keep looking for her?
She's real. You're not.
So?
What? You decide what is real.
You
We are
decide.
real to you.
We'll never be the same.
She does not want you.
Who are you talking
Why
about?
do you think Betty left? She was sick and tired of us. She wanted to escape.
Like mother.
Drowning herself because she couldn't stand being around us.
Like father.
Bang! Right in the coconut.
Stop.
You drive them all away, Edward. All into death.
Not us. We're always here for you.
I beg you.
You are never alone.
Stop! Leave me alone, both of you!
You want to be alone?
You really want to be alone?
Fine. You're alone.
Good.
Bye-bye.
Lissy. Come back. Please.
Det regner. I motsetning til ute i dag. I dag er det fint ute. Men det er litt kaldt. Håper det er finere vær der dere sitter.
Don't leave me.
Skal vi se. Kanskje jeg kan gå ned. Gå ut.
Lissy!
Hallo. Går dagen nå? Man tror. Ja, der gikk dagen. Det spørres i chatten om jeg har spilt andre norske spill som Among the Sleep og Dreamfall-serien. Ja, jeg har spilt begge deler. Jeg har også spilt Owlboy, som jo også er et norsk spill.
Betty?
Og jeg har nok spilt noen flere som jeg ikke kommer på akkurat nå.
Is that
Så jeg
you?
har vært innom flere norske spill. Det har jeg. Og Mosaic, som kom i fjor også. Jeg likte nok Among the Sleep bedre enn Mosaic, men den lengste reisen er absolutt favoritten.
Are you upstairs?
Nei, Owlboy er vel kanskje favoritten når jeg tenker meg om. Owlboy og så den lengste reisen. Men det er såpass lenge siden jeg har spilt den lengste reisen nå at det kanskje jeg burde tatt en ny gjennomgang og liksom rangert
Betty,
imot den andre.
I'm coming.
Ok, nå kan jeg gå inn der.
Betty? Betty? Are you in there? Open the door.
Så kom det jo også et spill i fjor som heter Moons of Madness. Det har jeg ikke spilt, men det hadde vært litt
Stand away from the
interessant.
door.
Og så har det jo Tesla-grad, det har jeg ikke spilt. Men jeg har spilt det Pode. Det er et veldig koselig spill. Anbefales. Kra, kra. Kra. Eagle. Neida.
Betty?
Oi.
No. No, 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 no. Oh. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I thought it was you, Betty.
Ja, dette er jo koselig.
Anna.
Fredheim, var det de hette? Fredriksen, Fredheim, Freds... Brev.
It's from Johann, addressed to his wife. Did you notice the handwriting, Betty? He was clearly distraught. Knock ere knock. Enough is enough. After decades of strife, I pray that God will... Tilly, forgive me. I am tired of secrets. For 20 years I've kept my silence about our discovery, but my silence has only led to misfortune, and my cowardice has only led to death. I will make Frederick pay for what he has done to us, for what they have done to our Ruth. When it is over, I will let the ocean take me to you and Ruth. May God forgive me. Anna was already dead when he wrote this. He had no one else to confess to. What now, Betty? Johann went to confront his brother, probably at Frederick's farm. And then?
And then what? Dum dum dum. Sounds like it's time to enter the farm, where traitors can't enter.
You said this was a gift from another unlucky suitor. It was precious to you. You wouldn't have left it here unless... A signpost. A breadcrumb. You followed Johann to Frederick Fretland's farm, and then to the mine.
Potte. Gruve.
You wouldn't let this go, Betty.
Jeg vil ikke tro
You'd
at
follow
potte
your
er en
story to
gruve.
the end. All the way to the end.
Let's chase this story then, shall we? Vi kan fortsatt ikke lese den boka. Nei, det er for sent. Ikke så viktig, det er bare der de leser om Draugen. Draugen er jo drukna sjømenn, eller... Ja, er jo knyttet til drukna
So
sjømenn.
where is Frederick's farm?
Oi, nå snør det. Det snør, tiddeli-bom, og blomstene dør, tiddeli-bom. Og det blir kaldere enn før. Passer på så ikke dette ut i elva. Nå ser det tåke.
Gate. Frederick's warning. Path leads to his farm. Farm is on the way to the mine, isn't that so, Betty? Did you follow the tracks to the mine?
Kra, kra.
What led you to this place?
Tid å klatre over. Jeg er ikke en forræder, så derfor så kan jeg gå inn.
All these fragments.
You'd piece them together into a story, wouldn't you, Betty? So, what do we know? Johann and Frederick are partners, and on good terms. Something happens in the mine. Disagreements lead to a falling out. And at the end of it all, 20 years later, Johann walks this path to confront Frederick. Was this your doing, Johann? Did you burn your brother's farm to the ground? And where were you, Betty?
Ingenting igjen.
Did you witness their fall?
Stabburet. Kan jeg tegne dette stabburet, eller er det? Neida. Oi, her var det sol. På låven sitter det ingen, men det snør likevel. Inni låven, det er litt rart. Jeg fant. Hva fant du da? Jeg fant en grav. Simon Fretland.
Simon's grave.
Sønnen.
Born December 5th, 1909, died September 17th, 1923. Why bury Simon here, and not at the cemetery? If the village blamed him for Ruth's death, I could really use your imagination, Betty. You'd figure this out in no time.
Det var Margaret. Og hun døde i barsel, ja. Stemmer det? Sånn var det. Simons mor døde i barsel. Han ble født, men hun døde. Oi, en safe.
What do you reckon, Betty? Let's try Simon's birthday.
Det var ikke en lykkelig dag det heller da, for... Se det. Det var vist riktig. Jeg vet ikke om jeg utforsker
Another
denne
Viking
safen
artifact, Betty.
sist gang.
Most likely from the same treasure Ruth found.
Hva står så her?
Postmarked in Boston. That's a curious coincidence. Dear Frederick, I hope this letter, it's in English, Betty. Hope this letter finds you and the boy in good health. We're concerned about you both. No word from you for almost 2 years now. All of us still heartbroken about Margaret's passing. We know things have been difficult for you and Simon.
Skal vi se
Mr.
her.
Fretland, we expect you to take care of this problem. If the discovery is made public, the authorities will intervene and the mine will be shut down. Should this happen, we will consider it a breach of our contract, and we will withdraw our investment. You and your brother will be responsible for all debts and losses. Johann must be convinced to wall up the chamber. We have already dealt with the worker who made the discovery. The Fretland Mining Company. I wonder what this unlocks.
What indeed?
You went to the mine. I hope our guardian angel watched over you.
Så Nei, jeg kunne ikke lese mer på det brevet så i stad. Tenkte at det var kanskje litt mer der, men
All right, Betty. So what happens next in your story? Johann and Frederick discover something in the mine. A cave or chamber of archaeological value. They argue about what to do. If the discovery is made public, it's the end of their enterprise. Johann is convinced or paid to walk away. Their secret stays hidden. Then, a few months later, the accident. 3 men die. The investors pull out. The mine shuts down. Frederick's up to his neck in debt.
så hva finner jeg hvis jeg går denne veien her da? Da kommer jeg tilbake hit, ja, til gravene. Riktig, så da har jeg gått rundt. På tide å låse seg inn i gruvehuset og se hva som er der. Arsenikk. Ingenting som sier god gammelt mordmysterium anno 1923 som arsenikk.
Cursed mine in Grovik. Locals struggle with bad crops and livestock deaths and blame it on... They thought they were cursed because of the mine. A thing like that becomes self-fulfilling. If you believe you're cursed, every misfortune feeds the delusion.
Indeed. Selvoppfyllende profeti, rett og slett. Kan klatre ut der, ja, men... Åja, jeg kan ikke gå ut der, nei. Ja, da får jeg bare fortsette her, da.
So, 20 years pass. The Frontland feud tears the village apart, setting neighbor against neighbor. And then, Ruth stumbles across the secret in the mine. After all this time, the truth may finally come to light, but she dies. And the day after, Simon is murdered.
Aha, Peter gjør det.
It's a catalyst. Old grievances resurface. No matter who you stand with, you're a traitor. Things escalate. More people die. From disease, despair, suicides, murder.
And what is this secret, I wonder? Eller hvorfor tegner Ruth om Draugen og forbandelsen?
All because of the mine. Because of what they found there. And what they covered up. There was no one to stop it, Betty. They were alone. That's the real curse of Grovik. Isolation.
Isolation er for øvrig en veldig bra plate av Toto. Og en bra låt, for den saks skyld.
This place is
Forbannelse
cursed.
over dette stedet.
Ridiculous.
Flatland Mining Company. Der er med det hodet, ja. Det var ikke forstyrrende i det hele tatt.
Ruth was here the day she fell. Something spooked her, and then she ran all the way to the cliff where... Do you know what happened, Betty? Did you witness it? Hello? Betty, are you in there? Please answer me.
Klikk-klakk.
Betty?
Hallo, er noen hjemme? Jeg har fikklampen. Du har ingenting. Her stannar vi og dere tobakk. Dårligt. Der har de mørt igjen, gitt.
Oh, Betty. This is Mother's brooch. You always wore this. You wouldn't take it off unless... You left it here for a reason. What am I not seeing?
Nu skal vi titta litt. Hallo, er det noen hjemme? Trykk for å løpe, står det. Må visst løpe da. Det var nok lurt. Ja, da vet vi aldri hva de fant der inne, som de mørte igjen.
Betty? Elizabeth? Is that you?
Edward? Where are you?
I'm on my way, Betty. Wait for me. Stay where you are. I'm coming.
Stop in the name of love. Skal vi se.
Where are you?
I'm on my way.
I'm on my way, I'm on my way, I'm on my way, I'm on my way, I'm on my way.
I'm here, Betty. It's Edward. It's me.
Edward, please. Hurry!
I'm coming, Betty.
Tikk-takk, tikk-takk.
Edward!
I'm almost there.
Ser vi ingenting i denne tåken?
I can hear you. Hold on. I'm almost there.
Nå blir han ikke andpusten.
Just stay put.
Kan springe hvis han vil. Gubben.
Stay put, Betty. I'm coming for you. Betty?
Please, Edward, hurry! Oh, Edward, hurry!
I'm coming.
Synes jeg så noe til høyre der, men...
Edward, is that you? I'm in here.
Thank God. Thank God.
Se da. Er det noen her?
Elizabeth.
Der var hun,
There
vet du.
you are. Finally.
Å, hallo.
You have no idea how long I've been looking
My
for you.
lord.
You had me so worried. I... Look. Your brooch. Mother's brooch. You must have lost it at the mine. Let me put it on for you, Betty. I wouldn't want you to lose it again.
She's been dead for 30 years, Edward. Elizabeth was never here. But we didn't come for her. We came for Johann, and Anna, and Frederick, and Simon, and Ruth. We're here to tell their stories.
No. Elizabeth. She's here.
You know Betty died when she was a baby. She drowned in the pond. And you found her. You were just 11.
The plot twist.
You carried her to your mother. And your mother,
She hated you for that.
she could never forgive you for bringing her baby to her. And you could never forgive yourself for what she did after. You always forget this. Because you don't want to be alone. So you bring Betty back. Again and again. To New York. To Boston. To the house. But always just out of reach. Never quite there. The scent of her. The echo of her. But never really her. And all it does is make you lonelier. But the thing is, Edward, you're never alone.
You have us.
And you'll always have us. Betty's... she was never there for you. She couldn't be. You can't lose us. We're a part of you.
Forever. And ever. And ever.
Forever.
But you need to let Betty go now. There's not room for all of us in there.
I couldn't save you, Elizabeth. I'm so sorry. It is as painful to wake from a vision as it is to be born anew.
Så der har dere plot-twisten, folkens. Så nå er det bare epilogen igjen, da. Prøve å trekke de siste trådene sammen. Dag 6. Dawn of the final day. 24 hours remain. Nei, det var et annet spill. Hallo. Kikka litt igjen i speilet. Hallo, hallo.
Goodbye, Betty.
Bye-bye. Han ville visst ikke ta med seg kofferten sin tilbake igjen.
Are you up? Come outside.
It's a beautiful day. Had your noodle juice yet?
I might be weaned off the stuff.
Boo. Don't lose your taste for tea, old fruit. It keeps you human. We have unfinished business.
We do?
The final piece of the puzzle.
Ruth.
Come on. Let's go back to where it started. We have an appointment with a ghost.
Where would that be? I think I know. Skal vi vel tilbake til klippen, tipper jeg. Ja.
Such an amazing view, isn't it? And the air.
Og sette oss ned litt.
Why did we come here, Teddy?
To Grovik? Well... The letter to Frederick.
The one you found in his safe. From Boston.
I may have overheard a conversation somewhere. Paid it no attention, but the name stuck. And Betty... And I spun a story around it that put us on this path.
Do you really believe that? I mean, how often are you around people?
Some places have gravity.
What are you saying? Gravewick's gravity pulled us across the Atlantic Ocean?
Grovik? No, I'm not saying that. That's irrational.
But you believe it, don't you? That we were summoned to tell their story.
To find my sister.
But Betty's not. She was never here. It doesn't make sense.
I'm a man of science. I don't know what to believe.
And yet, here we are. All three of us.
Is this what you wanted to show me?
I wanted to be close to her. Do you believe in ghosts, Edward?
You know I don't.
Well, you've been chasing one for years.
That's different.
What about me? Us.
You're not ghosts, you're alive.
Fair enough. So what really happened to Ruth?
She was probably murdered.
By Simon?
No, I don't believe it was Simon.
Then who? Frederick? The hanged man? Someone else?
Does it matter?
Maybe not. So she ran from the mine. And she came here. And then someone pushed her? If only she had wings. Like a bluebird. She could have soared away on autumn winds. But why was she killed?
Why, indeed.
Because she was playing where she shouldn't.
The secret the Fretlands had kept for a generation. If people learn the truth, it might tear the community apart. So she was murdered, and the village was cursed. I hope she's at peace. And with God. Do you think that's where everyone's gone?
Heaven? They're dead. I don't know what that means. Maybe there is more. I can't stop you from hoping. We'll never know what happened to everyone in Grovik.
We tried our best. We'll remember them. All of them. Maybe that will give them some peace in the afterlife.
Kanskje det fortsatt
Could this
noen
be your
tråder
book,
jeg
Edward?
ikke har
The
funnet.
one you've been wanting to write?
Hvem vet?
A story about people who are isolated. Left behind by the world. You can give them all a proper ending. With no annoying loose threads. Edward! Is that...
A boat? But how?
Who cares? Let's catch it before it sets out on another adventure.
I found a boat.
Understand
I
how this
found a
could be.
boat. Everybody
tide
look at
brought
me, because I found a little boat.
It must have been the wind.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, teddy bear. Let's blouse, while the weather's still good.
I need my suitcase.
Well,
So get a wiggle on, old boy. I'm going to say my goodbyes to all the things. I don't think we'll be back. Meet you at the house.
My goodness. Righty-ho. No rush. We have all day.
er det flere plasser jeg kan sette meg ned og tegne om andre? Jeg tror nemlig ikke jeg har vært alle disse plassene. Kanskje jeg kan gå opp til resten av huset og tegne noe der. Hvem vet? Det er verdt en kikk. Nei, nå var det ingen adgang igjen. Det er ikke sånn fryktelig farlig uansett. Passasje der jeg ikke har gått. Snarveien ned til butikken. Tusle litt. Mens vi holder på fin musikk. Simon Poole igjen der altså, nok en gang. Brønn. Går det an å gå opp til kjerka og tegne noe der, kanskje? Jeg tar meg 2 minutter og bare sjekker om det går. Selv om musikken stopper opp nå. Det nærmer seg en slutt, så dere skjønner. Til grava igjen. Det var noe godt. Gravkjenning er liksom ikke beste aktiviteten å finne på. Kanskje jeg kunne satt meg på den benken på et tidspunkt og tegne. Men jeg kunne ikke det nå i hvert fall. Går det an å gå her? Hvor kommer jeg da? Kommer jeg til den hengte? Det gjør jeg nok her, vet du. Her var det han befant seg. Men ikke nå lenger, altså. Men jeg tror ikke det er så mye om... Ja, jeg trykker sitt, men jeg får ikke lov. Bad dog. Sit. No, I don't want to. Nei, da fikk jeg ikke lov å gå ned der heller, så da må jeg faktisk bare gå tilbake til huset. The other way. Jeg hadde nok ikke regnet med at folk skulle ta denne veien her, dette punktet i spillet. Sånn kan det gå. Ja, teoriene om hvem og hva, det får dere jo spekulere litt på videre med der dere sitter. Jeg er ikke sikker på om det er gitt konklusjon her på det ene eller det andre. Ja, der. Jeg fant. Det spørres i kommentarfeltet hva som er min anmeldelse på dette spillet. Jeg skrev en anmeldelse på dette i fjor, faktisk, for min egen del. Så går det an å se på den bloggen som heter World of Ingar. Hvis dere går i rundt sånn mai-juni 2019, så finner dere anmeldelsen for Draugen. Jeg tror jeg vel ga det en 6 av 10 eller noe sånt. For jeg synes kanskje ikke at den siste tredjedelen konkludere spillet på den beste måten. Det er kanskje en del løse tråder her og der som jeg gjerne skulle ønske å bli litt mer fanget opp. Selv om det er litt tydeligere andre gangen når jeg spiller, og jeg tror at jeg fant et par ting her og der som jeg ikke fant sist gang, som kanskje nøster litt mer opp i mysteriet. Men det er fortsatt noen ubesvarte spørsmål. For eksempel, hva var det egentlig som var inne i gruva, som du måtte møre igjen? Hva var det den der kista da, som Ruth fant med skatter, men var det noe mer enn det? Var det verdt å dele opp et samfunn i 20 år for? Who can tell? Det har jeg allerede tegnet. Right, på tide å plukke opp kofferten og avslutte det hele.
Come on, Teddy. Pack your things.
Yeah,
I'll meet you by the boat.
Do you never sit still?
Don't be a wet blanket. Let's make like the wind and get out of here.
Bye bye, Gråvik. For å svare på et annet spørsmål i chatten, ja, jeg har fått klippet håret. Kona tok det på onsdag, hun er flink sånn. Den såkalte koronasveisen er ikke et problem når man bor sammen med en som kan klippe håret for deg.
Come on, let's go. Row, Teddy, row.
Row, Teddy, row. Ba-ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Go, row-da-da. Ba-da-ba-da. Inspector Teddy. Da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-hu-hu. Ja. Det slutter som det begynte.
The water's still cold.
It's a fjord, Lissy, and it's almost winter.
There'll be snow when we get back to Hanover.
The house will be warm.
Are we going to be all right, Edward?
I think so.
Så da tar vi farvel med Gråvik. Ja. What are you humming? Where do you know that song? Det var det, folkens. Det var det.
Ikke verst.
Nei. Takk, takk. Har du fulgt med hele veien?
Jeg kom nettopp på.
Du kom nettopp på. Ja, da får du heller se dette her i retrospekt da, når det ligger klart. Er det en fin 17. mai der du befinner deg?
Ja, jeg vil si det.
Ja.
Det er sol og regn.
Sol og regn. Det høres veldig norskt ut. Det høres veldig 17. mai ut. Ja, det er bare sol sist jeg sjekket i alle fall.
Det er bra, det er bra.
Men nå har jeg jo satt inne slik klokka var 1 spilt dette her, så da er det jo vanskelig å si hva som har skjedd siden den gang.
Ja.
Og i Gråvik så var det jo bare regn og tåke og tendenser til snø og litt sol og høst og vinter og hele pakka, så... Men Det er jo som å spille et nasjonalromantisk maleri, dette her.
Ja.
Rett og slett. Har du spilt Draugen?
Har du spilt det før?
Om jeg har spilt det før? Ja, jeg spilte det da det kom ut i fjor, så dette var andre gjennomgang.
Ja. Nice. Nei, jeg har ikke spilt det, men jeg var nesten med å utvikle det. Men jeg var ikke det da.
Du var nesten med på å utvikle, men var ikke det likevel. Det var jo kjempespennende.
Ja. Jeg jobbet i Red Thread Games før det kom ut.
Ja.
Eller før... Men jeg jobbet ikke på det den tiden jeg jobbet der.
Skal si, det visste jeg ikke. Det er jo kjempespennende.
Ja, det var det. Det var bare synd det var liksom ikke noe som ble lansert.
Nei.
Ja, det jeg jobber på, men sånn er det.
Sånn er det av og til, vet du, i denne bransjen. Det er noen konsept for liksom aldri komme videre fra det.
Nei.
Nei,
men det var veldig bra folk. Veldig bra folk.
Ja. Et av mine første intervju som jeg noen gang gjorde i min Game Rector-karriere, det var jo faktisk å få meg en tur til Montreal i 2011 og se på The Secret World. Mens jeg kom og jobbet med det. Det var jo før Ragnar og gjengen gikk ut og lagde Red Thread. Så da fikk jeg jo faktisk et intervju med Ragnar Tørnquist. Og det var veldig, veldig trivelig. Det husker jeg fortsatt som et høydepunkt, som fan av Den lengste reisen.
Ja, stemmer.
Ja, så det var artig.
Ja, veldig god på fortelling og innlevelse.
Absolutt, og det er noe med dette spillet her også, som er litt sånn, selv om det ikke er innatier for min del, så synes jeg absolutt at det er noe likevel med stemninger og historie, narrativet og oppbygginger her, som jeg synes er veldig spennende da.
Ja.
Jeg synes jo denne gangen også, så jeg synes jo det at dette spillet, jeg har på en måte de 2 første tredjedelene er det beste, og så siste tredjedelen så er det mer haltende. Så jeg føler ikke det kommer helt i havn på en måte denne gangen. Men det er likevel på en måte elementer der, så er det sånn, jeg liker veldig godt det en prøver å gjøre her da. Så yeah.
Ja, men det er bra.
Så nei, det var et lite stykke nasjonalromantikk her med norske folkeeventyr og hele pakka. Nei, ikke folkeeventyr, men Draugen i alle fall er jo et vesen, mytologisk vesen. Ja,
det skal jo leve en sånn nå husker jeg ikke hvor det er. Men det er et sted i Norge det skal være et sånt Loch Ness-monsteropplegg.
Ja, det er Seljord.
Ja, stemmer.
Så sjøormen i Seljord ikke er like kjent som sitt skotske motstykke. Nesten. Ja. Da har jeg holdt på her nå i cirka nesten 3 timer, så da er det på tide å pakke imot en avslutning, kjenner jeg. Det høres bra ut. Yes. Godt jobba. Tusen takk. Martin spør i chatten om vi kan få en shoutout til Victor, som er ny lytter, så da får vi ta en shoutout til Victor! Takk for at du er med. Takk til deg også som tunet inn nå på slutten i chatten. Det var veldig hyggelig å ha litt andre stemmer enn bare meg å høre på. Det er bra. Så da får dere fortsette å ha en god 17. mai der dere sitter, og så snakkes vi ved neste korsvei. Ha det så lenge! Ha det bra!